If we can't protect the area, damn sure we'll avenge it.
Hey everyone, it's MrFlyingPig here with another squad building video. This one is for a super duper overpowered Brazilian 352 team, and the reason it's really overpowered is it's just got a lot of pace in there, a lot of skill, a lot of tenacity, and I mean the back line there, Luiz, Santana and Dede is probably one of the best three at the backs you can have, and it actually costs less than 10k for those three players, so it's just amazing. Really good value. This team costs around 65k. You can make it even a little bit cheaper if you want to do certain things with it, but this is just a really great team. I mean, you've got a lot of pace in there, you've got a lot of skill, and you know, I don't see any reason why you can't win Division 1 with this team if you're capable of that. I mean, it's a really good team. We'll start with Lucas. I've put him at striker. He's usually a CAM, but I put him actually at striker because of his pace. He's also got 90 for acceleration and good shooting and stuff. His long shots are absolutely insane. Definitely one of my favourite players on the game, actually. Just he sets up play so well. You know, as you can see, his acceleration 94, agility 94, long shots 85, and you know, just a lot of powerful stats there for an attacking player. Cheap as well. Obviously, I paid a little bit more to get him at the striker position. Medium attacking work rate, medium defensive work rate, 3-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. So, you know, that is a pretty accomplished player. He's really good at setting up play as well, like because he's got the quick burst of pace. You can just get away from players, go down the wing, sweat it back across to Wellington or whoever just to tap it in. He's a very good, you know, assisting striker, I'd say. Because you've got Wellington, who's got the out and out, you know, high attacking work rate, low defensive work rate, and he works well with a medium player, to be perfectly honest with you. 11,250 coins, 7 goals in 6 games. So, you know, sorry, 6 goals in 7 games for Lucas. Pretty impressive stuff. These are all online season games, by the way. And then you've got Wellington, just 3,000 coins, very cheap. 5 goals in 7 games for me. If you look at some of his stats here, 92 pace, obviously, and you know, jumping's very good. Doesn't have the best strength, but he's certainly strong enough. It doesn't really come into it anyway. Weak foot is 4 stars. Skill moves 4 stars. Traits there, as you can see, tries to beat the offside trap. So he's always making those runs, always looking for the through ball, which is very nice. And you know, a lot of people hate this guy because he's so overpowered on the game, but obviously that's the reason why I love him, because he's cheap and he just, you know, he's as good as anybody, basically, I'd say. I mean, obviously his shooting's not as good as anybody, but it's not bad. It certainly feels better than it is on the card. And then we've got Wellington Nem and a centre attacking midfielder. Now, you could have Jadson or Ronaldinho here or somebody like that. I've gone with him just because he's got the extra pace. His shooting is absolutely terrible. It says 65 on the card. It feels worse than that. It does feel worse than that, but he still scored 4 goals in 7 for me, and he only cost 750, you know, coins. So, very good player. You could have Jadson there. I'd probably recommend Jadson. He's got a good shot on him and 5-star skills as well and decent pace. I have him on the bench to change him with. But yeah, Wellington Nem, aside from the shooting, he's never going to be Frank Lampard, but he scores goals and he sets up goals. In fact, the last game I played with him, he got the man of the match, got a 9.9 rating, and he didn't score, so he was just obviously setting up all the goals. So he's good centre attacking midfielder. Yeah, Lucas got 6 and 7 goals there, so, you know, as a strike force, that is quite an impressive, you know, tally. It's acceptable anyway. So, I mean, as an attacking trio, they're very good. If you want, you can have somebody else at the centre forward. You could also have Pato instead of Lucas. You could put Lucas at CAM and have Pato as striker. That would also be just as good, really. Maybe even better depending on your style of play, but I just like the extra sweat that Lucas provides in that position. And then we'll move on to Robinho. 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Very cheap as well, about 12, 13, 14,000 coins depending on your position and formation. 92 dribbling, just absolutely amazing. Really good player. There's, you know, I can't really say much more about him. His work rate is high and his defensive work is medium. Just a good player in a 3-5-2 because of that. So he is actually trekking back sometimes and helping out a little bit. Cost 14,250. Scored a couple of goals in 5 games for me. Not too bad at all for a left mid. Moving on to Hulk. Top quality player. Feels a little bit slower than the 90 pace on the card there, but not very much slower. Not a very great player if you're looking to run down the byline and whip the balls in, because he's left-footed, he plays on the right, and he's only got a 2-star weak foot. So if you're whipping the balls in with his right foot, he's a bit wayward. But if you're cutting inside here in this position and taking a shot, it's fantastic because he's got 88 shooting, or 85 shooting on the card, but 88 shooting long shots there. So if you're cutting in and having a shot on his left foot, then there's not really anybody better in that position. But you know, in terms of going down the wing, he's not amazing. He's not amazing. But yeah, another player who's you know, chipped in with a couple of goals, I think. Not overly expensive either. Similar price to Robinho, so you know. But they all seem to you know, link up well, and they've got a lot of pace in there. Hulk seems to play really well with Wellerton. I don't know why. I've got Lucas and Robinho, but Hulk seems to play really well with Wellerton. I've swapped over the sides and stuff, but they just seem to be most effective that way. Have no idea why. It's probably just complete baloney, to be honest with you. Then we've got Ramirez at CDM, 10,000 coins, quality player, and Luis Gustavo, who's really cheap, and they both have really good pace. Luis Gustavo also has 83 defending, so that's why I've chosen him there, and he's 950 coins. But they're just a, you know, defensive pairing there, which will really good passes. They've also got decent shots on them as well. Well, Ramirez has anyway, and you know, they're just really good at breaking up the play, and interceptions, tackling, and stuff like that. They certainly do help out with the defenders. And then we'll go down to Felipe Santana, who is really tall, really strong, really fast, and just a top quality defender. 84 heading, 77 defending there, as you can see. Only a couple of thousand coins as well. I think 2,900 coins, so that's, you know, very cheap. David Luiz as well, just another quality player, super overpowered. This team is just so overpowered. Like, I think it's the pace, just the pace in this position makes a hell of a lot of difference. But also they've got sort of good all-round stats. Like, David Luiz is actually a good all-round, you know, defensive and attacking player, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, Felipe Santana costs 2,900 coins. Moving on to David Luiz, as you can see, good all-round stats there. He can pass, he can shoot, he can dribble. He's not bad at all at anything. 3,200 coins. You know, something about him, I don't know why. He shouldn't be as good as he is on the game, but he is really, really good. He seems to win a lot of tackles, strong, good in the air, you know, very good defensive player. Then we've got Dede from Liga do Brazil, Vasco da Gama, I think so anyway, and he's probably the best defender in that league. Really good pace, really good defending, really good heading. 3,600 coins, so you can't really you know, complain with that defensive line. It's a lot of pace and a lot of strength and a lot of height. They're all very tall. In fact, I think David Luiz is the shortest, which is interesting because he's quite tall. But they're all fast, and it just makes up for a really, really good team. And for 65,000 coins, you know, you can't complain. If we have a look at the goalie, it's just Helton, you know, cheap goalie. You could have Diego Alves in there, he's got better diving. Helton, I don't really like him penalties. When he's saving, when I concede a penalty, he's terrible. He just like flops all over the place. He doesn't dive properly. But Diego Alves is better. But I was just trying out Helton, to be honest. But he's actually really good. Helton is really good. He's just crap at penalties. I don't know why. He just flops all over the place. He doesn't dive properly. So that's annoying. But yeah, cheap player, good player. You could have anybody there. I'll just go through my subs here. You know, just sort of generic subs. You could have Jorge Enrique and Michel Bastos instead of Robinho and Hulk if you want to cheapen up this team and not lose too much pace. Then they're two good players to have. Naldo's obviously another good centre back to have. Germany, very tall and decent pace as well. Miranda, decent pace. Jadson deserves a special mention because he, you know, can play CM instead of NEM. And he's got, it says 75 shooting, but it seems better than that, to be honest with you. He's a top quality player, 5-star skills as well. And then Pato on the bench, quality player as well. You could have him instead of either one of those strikers. A lot of people have him with Wellerton, but I just prefer them to, I don't know why. But yeah, it's a really, really good team. I definitely recommend it to anybody who's got a spare 65,000 coins. I think you'll really like it. Try it out in the 3-5-2 formation, because then you don't need Marcelo or Dani Alves or Macon or whatever to make this team really good. So yeah, absolute quality team. If this video was useful to you, please give it a thumbs up and like and subscribe and all that business. But yeah, I definitely think you should try it out. If you haven't played with the Brazilian setup, then please try it out because you will not be disappointed. But yeah, as a rating out of 10, I'm going to give this team, for the price and the performance, I'm going to give it 9.5 chainsaws out of 10.